Hey guys, it's Derek here. Today is a very special day, and that's because we're adding our very first Hashira to the collection. And that is Mr. Tomioka Giyuu over here. He's gonna be the first one, so let's go take a look and see if you should add him into yours. This Giyuu was recently released just last month, and I was able to pick him up for 21,390 yen. For his box design, it's right in line with all the other Demon Slayer figures from the Aniplex line. We don't get any images of Giyuu. Instead, we get his howdy pattern plastered all over the box. Blue is a very prominent color for him because he is the water Hashira. We are also greeted by a massive viewing window right in the front, and there's also a few hexagonal shaped ones right up top. The assembly process for him is incredibly straightforward. I would highly recommend not using the instruction manual or the instruction sheet they give you because you kind of want to do everything in reverse order. You want to put on his Nichiren sword first, then plug in Giyuu to his 2 attachment points, which are really sturdy, and lastly put on the last little water effect part. That's the order you want to do things in to make sure nothing really interferes with anything else. He stands in at 215 millimeters tall, or 8.39 inches, which isn't the tallest for a 1/8 scale figure, but what he lacks in height, he makes up for in girth. Displaying him on a bookcase shouldn't be much of an issue, just because you have enough width. However, if you are planning to display him inside a detolf with other figures, I'd recommend elevating him or the other ones instead, just so you can kind of make room for everything. If I could describe his design, I'd say it's dynamic, graceful, and fluid. Aniplex managed to capture his stoic personality while also treating us to a very nice and agile pose with a lot of water effects. Unfortunately for me, my Giyuu's base came a little bit warped, so in order to bend it back into place, he's going to get a visit from Hair Dragon in the very near future. Normally I would steer clear from characters and designs that heavily feature black in their clothing. Not because I don't like black as a color, I personally wear a lot of black in my personal life, it's like my favorite color to wear, but most companies that do designs like that tend to go a little heavy-handed and it kind of washes off and kills all the nice molded and sculpted details. But with this Giyuu, I'm happy to report that they didn't do that. Instead, they made the artistic choice to primarily use blue for the uniform. This is great because you can actually see the small details that are there, and now we can appreciate all those fine wrinkles. One area that completely caught me off guard was the pattern on his howdy. I fully expected just a decal or two just to be placed on here, like with all the other ones out there in the market. However, Aniplex decided to go above and beyond and went the extra mile, because here everything is molded in place. All those lines you see are panel lines, which now makes it a lot easier for paint and also the inking. Hey, I know it's a bit of a geeky thing to point out, but they're the only ones who did that, so bonus points for them. If you look closely at his Nichiren sword, they also engraved a few words on there that say Aki Misatsu, which is evil demon destruction. I probably butchered that. Overall, I'd say his paint job is pretty solid. It just needs a few little tweaks and touch-ups here or there to make it perfect. But you know what is not perfect? Glue residue, parting lines, and also molding flash. Some of these defects or features are quite noticeable, and for the price that we are paying, I don't think they should be here at all. He's not my first swordsman in the collection. I have a few Soros and even a Luffy holding a sword, so none of them have that, so he really shouldn't either. Even though this Giyuu has his flaws, I'd still think he's worth picking up. And he's still the best looking one, in my opinion, that's on the market. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, whether or not you would pick him up or another one from another manufacturer. As always, if you did enjoy the video, please consider giving it a like, and I'll leave another video over there that you guys can go and check out after this one. My name is Derek, and I will see you next week for this. Come back next week for this. Okay, bye!